Ọ̀gá Sanwó-Olú ìjẹ́kú
Well, my typical day depends on which day of the week. It starts some day as early as 6, but most of the time by 6:30 when I wake up to do my morning prayers. Then if I don't have any program, I go on 40 minutes road walk in my estate, which is relatively safe. That's when I now come back to have my bath before I have my breakfast. Like I said, depending on my schedule, then I take off for office. If I have an early schedule, I might skip the breakfast. I might even skip the morning exercise if I have an early schedule. Some days my schedule can be 7 a.m. My first program will be 7 a.m. in the morning. So that means I will not have to do any exercises. I don't have to wait in there for any breakfast. I'll start the day from 6:15, 6:40. Well, my name is pharmacist Ade Popoola, the managing director of Pharmaceutical Limited. We're into pharmaceutical distribution. Our products are both locally manufactured and imported, and that's what we do for the past 25 years. Well, I always say that if anybody can come to this country with just a portfolio, I mean, what I mean by portfolio is a briefcase, and be successful. Every Nigerian is supposed to be successful in Nigeria. It's just your mindset. If you have the right mindset, you'll be successful. Every day brings different challenges. Every day. I must be prepared for these challenges. If you are not prepared for the challenges, you easily give up out of frustration. Every day, different challenges. In Nigeria business cycle, everyday business challenges. If you are in manufacturing, it's an everyday issue. If you are in marketing, everyday issue. If you are in services, it's an everyday issue. It depends on your response to the challenges of the business. Your response must always be positive. If you have a positive response, you overcome it. There is always an answer to every problem. An answer to every problem that comes your way in business. It depends on your attitude. It matters a lot. Well, COVID is an interesting experience for pharma industry, because if there's any industry that positively benefited from COVID apart from the telecoms, IT industry, it is the healthcare industry. It's the healthcare industry because we provide both the curative and the preventative medicines. And it depends on your product portfolio that determines how you thrive during the COVID period. If you have the right product mix, it's a good time for pharma. I mean, healthcare is a good time for healthcare. Interesting question. I won't say difficult. How close is Nigeria to join the League of Vaccine Production? Number one, the money approved is not yet released. If it has been released, it has not got into the hand of the people that should implement it. So how close is the vaccine coming out? The answer is best known to you. If the money has been released for more than 10 months and the money is yet being put to use, but it's somewhere in the Central Bank of Nigeria, called the Nigerian factor. So the money is still there until we read in your paper that the money has finally been released and the equipment is on the way and they have signed the contract and everything is on. That's when we can say vaccine is ready. But vaccine readiness in Nigeria, we are far from it. I'm ready to listen to who will tell me we are not far from it. They ask them to take me to where the equipment that they purchased has been. Except it is the private sector is allowed to take full ownership, not private government partnership. Full ownership. If anything is fully owned by private individual, it moves faster. than when you bring in government participation. But what we are having now is government participation in vaccine production. And once government is involved, there will be the bureaucracy of government. And bureaucracy of government means it has to be slowed down. There are also many other industries that when government starts to participate, it slows them down. Because the interest that has to be taken care of becomes so much for the private investor to thrive. So they rather leave it to government. So if government wants vaccine production, they should just give the money to the private investor and close their eyes and know that what they are doing is to empower vaccine production. Not to get involved and say we want to own part of the company that produces vaccine. Once that is not done, then it becomes far-flung to get to that point. So even the waiver might not be useful. It's only when you take steps positively that can get the waiver used. But when there are nothing on ground, apart from building for the vaccine manufacturing site, the equipment must be there, the training must be there before you can say you want to get the waiver.